What up, gang? This is KenZerk, KenZilligan, Zika Milligan, and Villain Trilligan, and we are back on Tsukihime, Blue Glass Moon, Under the Crimson Air. Man, it's been a minute. It really has been a minute since I uploaded or recorded this game. I don't even really want to say I've been busy, cause it's not like I have been like just super busy. It's more like y'all ever have those days where you're like, you wake up, you've got all the time in the world, you're laying in bed, and in your mind you're like, I want to do this, I want to do that today, I want to do this, I want to do that. Like, but first I got to get up, and then you just can't get up. Like, you just can't do it. And you're like screaming at yourself in your mind, like, come on, get up, get up, get up, get up and do it, get up and do it, get up and do it. And you just can't get up and do it. That's what's been happening to me. Like, that's what's been happening to me for the last few months. I really have been struggling so heavy to get up and do anything, even if it's something that I want to do. I've been struggling to do anything. All I've been able to get up and do like clockwork is go to work and come home. That's about it. That's all I've been able to do. I haven't been able to do much of anything else. But today, I told myself yesterday, I was like, I was supposed to record this yesterday. That's what I was supposed to do. But once again, I couldn't get up and do it. So today I said, nigga, fucking do it. Like, damn. Like, I just got sick of myself. I was like, do it! So it's 10 a.m. I've been up for like I went to sleep at like what, 4? I woke up at like 7. And I've been just riding in bed. And then I was like, let's do it, man. Let's do it. Let's do it. I'm sick of not recording. I want to record. So now I'm recording. So let's record. I was going to say, okay, I remember seeing a little secret here before. I could never get it when I wanted it. I could never get it when I wanted it. Welcome to the Mirror Moon staff room. You have found your way to one of the secret places. Get a glimpse of the localization process. Detailed history of projects online somewhere. Instead of going into technical detail, we'll show you what really happened. Maybe we'll look into that another time. We have shit to do. I don't even remember where we left off. I know the next chapter, the chapter we're about to play right now, I remember the name was Raw as Hell. And I was like really interested in what was about to go down. When was the last time we recorded, actually? When was the last time? When was the last episode? It's gotta be here. It's gotta be January. Right now it's February 26th. The last episode, I'm thinking, was January 5th. That's... Vermilion Crimson Moon. Is this it? Yeah, I remember. Last episode, Shiki just assaulted Arcueids for some reason. You know, I'm gonna say it one more time for the people who haven't got the memo yet. If you haven't watched the Shield route, me record the Shield route, then you should watch that before you watch me do the Arcueid route. Because I will be saying shit that happened in the Shield route. Because, I mean, I know about it, so why wouldn't I say it? I guess that boy Roa just took over, you know? I guess Shiki, say that boy name in all caps like he MF Doom. I guess he took over Shiki. Say that boy name with one capital because he's not MF Doom. He's a regular nigga. I guess that's what happened, and bro was like, oh, yeah. Oh, white woman. Let me take that. I guess. I don't fucking know. Oh, yeah, white woman. Let me take that. What? What am I talking about? Oh, yeah. Alright, let's get to it. 10th day, October 30th, Saturday. Chapter 10, Vermilion Crimson Moon 2. Where was the first one? I don't remember it. It's morning. I open my eyes and put on the glasses near my bed. Looking out the window, I see a cloudless blue sky. Even though a flawless morning greets me, I can't help but feel down. There's no need to wonder why. What happened with Arcueids last night sticks in the back of my mind, and the accompanying guilt troubles me. She said we should just forget it, but I can't forget such a thing. Yeah, you damn near fucking What's the thing? What's the little censor word that people use on the internet now? You damn near fucking raped her, my nigga. Nigga, you almost fucking raped that bitch. You damn near did. It stopped at assault, but you were about to go that way. Or Roa was gonna do that. Roa was gonna do that. You know, Shiki, all caps when you say the boy name like you MF Doom. He was gonna do that. Not Shiki Tono, but all caps Shiki. He was gonna do that. It sounds like some shitty alter ego. It's like, no, I didn't punch that child. That was my alter ego, Shiki. But you're Shiki. Yeah, okay, but his name is spelled in all caps. Put your fucking hands behind your back, nigga. I look at both of my hands. They need to go behind my back. Those fingers still remember how Arcueids felt. Even now, I remember the texture of her skin and her cool, gliding body temperature. I wasn't thinking at all back then, but I remember it all now. After doing such a thing, Arcueids said to forget and pretend like it never happened. But while I regret it totally, I can't even forget one little bit of it. What I regret is not being able to control myself back then. If I didn't touch her like some animal, if I touched her more like a human, how would things maybe, okay, how about like, if you ask permission first? Let's start with that. I knew it. I didn't lose myself by looking into her golden eyes. I didn't realize it, but I was caught up in her a long time ago. To realize such a simple thing just now. The morning in the Tono mansion is the same as always. He's who comes to wake me. Aki and Kohaku are in the sitting room and we greet each other briefly before we go to school. The same as always. Yet I feel so empty I can't even respond properly when people talk to me, and I leave the mansion vacantly. The students streaming through the gates, through the gate are all bright and cheerful. Oh yeah, white woman, I'm gonna take that. Okay, I'm just like, I need to, oh yeah, today is Saturday. My sense of time has totally disappeared since Arcueids came into my life. The first time I met her was on a Friday, a week ago in the morning. She was waiting for me at the intersection in front of school. She was smiling, I think. Come to think of it, she was smiling. Even though she was waiting for the one who killed her, she was waiting for the killer Tono Shiki with excitement in her eyes. I wonder why. If she comes tonight, maybe I'll ask her. After thinking aloud, my spirits sink further. She probably won't come to the park. She's gonna come to the park. The feeling that last night was our final meeting turns over in my mind. My heart is heavy and everything else simply feels empty. I may not ever see her again. The regret hangs around me like a leaden chain. Okay, I want to bring this up again. I'm sure I brought this up plenty of times throughout the Arcueids route, but I want to bring this up one more time. Because this is something that I bring up. I talk to my friend about Tsukihime a lot, right? Because he never plans to play it, watch it, read it, any of that. So I just kind of talk to him about it because I find it really interesting. It's fun to talk to him, right? This is the point that I always bring up because I told him the entirety of the Shield route. I always bring this up to him when I talk about Tsukihime, right? Shiki has yet to apologize to Kohaku. I know this is another route, so it's like, why would he apologize? He hasn't done it. But it still baffles, it's still so crazy to me that in the Shield route, he did what he did to Kohaku. And we just never saw her again. Like, he didn't apologize to her. I don't even remember if he mentioned her after that. Like, he just fucking flew away with the love of his life. And we never got to see, like, if Kohaku was okay after that or not. We never got to see that. That's just crazy to me. That still, like, just blows me. It blows me like a bad blowjob. Come on. Anyways. So bye. I sit at my desk. It's about 5 minutes till homeroom starts. I stare blankly outside, not wanting to do anything. I should jerk off. Oh, there goes the material. Yo, delinquent. You skipped class yesterday. The fuck were you doing, Tono-kun? Usually I would, but today I don't feel like talking with this bitch ass nigga at all. What's with you? You don't look happy at all. You didn't come to school yesterday, now you come back an empty shell. What, did you rape somebody or something? If you're like that, school's no fun. Arihiko slumps his shoulders exaggeratedly. Arihiko. Sorry, but can you leave me alone today? If I'm not here, you can always talk with Senpai. Actually, isn't that better for you? Huh? Senpai? I don't know any third-year students. What are you saying? Shio Senpai is in third year, not second. Well, sometimes you think she's younger, but Senpai is a Senpai after all. Shio Senpai? Fuck is that? Are there any foreign students at our school? He seriously tilts his head in thought. Yeah, cause she lifted up the she lifted up the magic that hypnotizes everybody. I said, by this point, she's probably realized that Roa is inside. Oh, well, I think she knew from the beginning. But she's finally made a decision to, like, actually lock in. What are you saying? Senpai's Japanese. No, wait. No one ever said she was Japanese. Well, no one said she was, but everyone called her Shio Senpai. That's what I'm saying. Who is a senpai? What's wrong, Tana? Are you sick or something? I can't hear his banter. What? That's right. Why didn't I realize such an obvious inconsistency? Shio isn't a Japanese name at all. Even though I know her, I don't even know her full name. I don't even know what class she's in. To begin with, when I first met her, why did I feel like I knew her for a long time? My chair clatters as I quickly stand up. What's wrong, Tana? You've been acting too funny. I'm going to the office. Sorry, but please say that I'm here during attendance. Turning away from Arihiko, whose head is tilted in confusion, I dash out of the classroom. I investigate the third-year roster for the name Shio, but as expected, it isn't anywhere to be seen. To be sure, I asked the teachers in the office, but none of them remember Shio-senpai. The end of classes. Being a Saturday, right after homeroom, all my classes scatter and run out of the room. Saturday's finally here, but I don't feel like doing shit. Feeling like the dead, I walk home by myself. Dyslexia! Welcome back, Shiki. Hisui greets me as I return. Even though she's waited all this time, I can't return a greeting and I go to my room. Okay, look. I know you feel like shit, but don't be a dickhead. Just say hi, at least. Say thank you. Say greetings, nigga. I don't know. Don't be an asshole. You're the one that fucking raped your best friend. Don't put that on Hisui, you piece of shit. After dinner, I return to my room. It's close to the promised time with Arcueids. Live and we learn with heart and soul and mind. I think that's the wrong song. No, it is the right song. Let's make a master plan to take you to a promised land. Anyways. Shall I be going? I don't even know if she's coming. But still, I swore never to break a promise again, so I have to go. I arrive at the park shortly before 10. There's absolutely no one here. Sitting on the bench, I stare at the clock and wait for Arcueids to come. Oh. I mean, I assume I need to still wait, but y'all know how I am. I'm like stupid and everything, so pull up on the block. I'ma fuck your bitch. I'ma kill that pussy. I'ma kill you, nigga. Okay, I gotta keep pressing still wait. It's now 11 o'clock. The park is completely still, as if entirely frozen. There's no fresh flow of air, nor the presence of anyone approaching. No sign of Arcueid coming. Time passes by meaningly. Meaningly. Shut up! Gosh! You don't know how to speak! Both hands on the clock approach the top of the dial. It's been 2 hours since I came here, yet no sign of Arcueid. Still wait. The clock hands point to 12. It's 2 hours past the promised time. Whew. I slouch on the bench and sigh. She might not come after all. I don't know, but I don't feel like going back. Yeah, I'll wait until morning. Damn it. I lie on the bench in frustration, and then... Huh? Wait a minute. I think I saw a flash of white behind the rest area. Besides, it moves back as soon as I saw it. I stand up from the bench and stride towards the rest area. As if it knew it couldn't hide anymore, the white figure shows its face. White woman! You found me! Arcueid appears more cheerfully than ever. Arcueid, you... Huh? What? You really came? I blurt that out because I still can't believe it. Of course, we promised. I came about 10 minutes before you did. You piece of shit! She looks the other way. 10 minutes before, but I came before 10 o'clock and she came earlier? Why? You were here before me, why didn't you tell me you were waiting there? I wanted to watch you while I was hiding. I see. Even though she doesn't act any differently, she must be bothered by what happened last night. That's why she couldn't face me directly and was hiding. Sorry, that's right. It's not that simple. Yeah. You never even knew I was here. I was waiting for you to notice. I was planning on meeting in a different way this time, but you ruined it by just spacing out, you piece of shit. Huh? Ruined what? Arcueid, you weren't hiding because you felt awkward? Why? I was a little bored, so I wanted to play around. She says it lightly, not even knowing an inkling of the frustration I felt. Play around with me, you The joy I felt from meeting her fades away instantly. It's not a mood where I have to think about what I should do after seeing her. As usual, she's acting at her own pace without even understanding how I feel. I fill my lungs with a deep breath of night air. I'm less angry than surprised. Maybe I'm just relieved she's acting normally. Well, normal for her. As proof, it feels like my heart laden with impurities that's just been cleansed anew. Man, you win. Really? I thought you were just zoned out. No, not about the hide and go seek. Oh well, it's useless putting it into words. I'm glad you came. To be honest, I thought I'd never see you again. Huh? You thought so after only waiting 2 hours? That's not it. It's because of last night. I thought we would never meet again. Oh, now she looks sad. That won't do, Shiki. I said to just forget about it. Arcueid says this weakly. Fuck. Idiot. I am such an idiot. I selfishly thought she was acting completely normal. Of course she wasn't! But I was wrong. She was acting that way so I wouldn't feel bad. Sorry. I was an idiot. I don't have any right to yell at you anymore. I said it's okay. If anyone's to blame, it's me. So just forget about it. Isn't that better for the both of us? She tries to fool us both by speaking cheerfully. Fool us about last night. Fool us about how bothered she is. But telling me to forget with that expression, how can I forget? No! I wasn't apologizing for last night. I'm an idiot because I can't forget about something I should forget. Huh, Shiki? Since this morning, all I thought about was you. All I could think about was how I should apologize to you. And what I should say after I saw you. Hold on. What are we doing? My bad, I had to call my manager. They fucking with my damn schedule. I was supposed to be off today and tomorrow, work the next 4 days, and be off the day after that. That was my schedule. And then they had just, they changed it, didn't say nothing, and now all of a sudden I work today. Like, what? No. And then I'm supposed to have a shift where I come in at 7 o'clock in the morning. I already told them I'm not coming into work that early. And they said, okay. So why are you giving me a shift where I gotta come in that early? I told you I'm never coming in that early. Unless I'm taking somebody else's shift, I'm never coming in that early. You're not putting me on this clock. You're not putting me on the clock for that early in the morning. It's not happening. Like, not because I don't want to. I mean, I don't want to, but I physically just cannot do that. I can't do that. I just can't do that. It took me 3 hours of rotting in bed before I was able to get up and record a video. What makes you think I'm going to be able to fucking get up? What makes you think I'm going to be able to leave? I'd have to leave at like 5 in the morning, get on the MARTA, and hope that I get there before 7. That's what I would have to do. That's not happening. Anyways, let's get back to it. That just pissed me the fuck off. Okay, since this morning, all I thought about was you. All I could think about was how I should apologize to you and what to say after I saw you. So I can't just forget about it now. Arcueids looks away. I can't look at her either. Put one on my finger, on my hand. After sensing I said something I shouldn't have, I can't look her into the eyes now. She doesn't even respond. I can't either, and the long silence begins. I don't even know how long the two of us stood there. Arcueids nods slightly. Yeah, to tell you the truth, I couldn't forget about it either, Shiki. Arcueids blushes as she says this with some difficulty. Arcueids, she looks so cute doing that. This is not the time! As soon as I think that, Arcueids looks around her. I don't know when this happened, but we're surrounded by human shapes. Oh! It's the dad! Oh my goodness. I have a bumpy itch on my hand, and it's the smallest little bump, and it's getting progressively itchier and itchier. What? I can't think since it was so sudden. We're surrounded. Get ready, Shiki. If you don't fight, you'll just die. Fight? Then if you take off your glasses, you'll get it, won't you? They are the dead, without even a finger's worth of normal blood. I quickly take out my knife and take off my glasses. Like she says, the 5 people surrounding us are just scribbled lines, making a human shape. Why? You said you killed them all yesterday, Arcueids? Yes. These are the ones I destroyed yesterday. She narrows her eyes and glares at them. They advance sluggishly. Then they were only pretending to be dead? Of course not. I'm not weak enough to be fooled by such tricks. But the fact that I made a mistake can't be excused. I didn't make sure they dissolved into ashes at the end. I don't know, maybe because somebody interrupted you. Shuffle. They close a circle around us. My fingers grasping my knife tremble a bit. To be blunt, there's no pressure coming from these dead. Compared to a monster like they're practically nothing. But 5 of them? Can I fight this many dead? This many things who were once human? Shiki, if you hesitate, you'll die. They are no longer alive. Once they have their blood sucked by a vampire and become the dead, they can no longer return. They're just dolls used by the vampire. There's no sin in killing them. I hear her voice from behind me. It seems she moved to protect my vulnerable back. Wait, what do you mean? I mean, there are ways to magically control a dead body. It's easier to infuse a human corpse with magical energy than animals or intangible objects. So it's very convenient. Unfortunately, I don't have time to go over the details. They're coming. I sense her moving away. At the same time, they attack. The shapes of death attack. They simply fly forward, arms outstretched. Get! I take a huge leap to the side and evade their attack. Okay! Then I sense something terrible behind me. Okay. Why you? I whirl around with all my strength. There, one of the dead is trying to punch me. The dead's body is almost devoid of places without lines, which lets me slice anywhere on its body. What's more, its movements are incredibly sluggish, far easier than anything that came out of nurse. The dead charge me. I can kill them with ease. Evading the swinging arm, I aim for the first one's unprotected lower left abdomen. Okay. In the line of blood vessels there, I stare at the heart called its point. Damn it! Thrash! The knife doesn't reach its target, only slicing through its upraised arm. The one-armed dead doesn't even pause his attack. The other dead also comes in, showing no fear. The one-armed dead attacks. Right when I evade that dead, the other dead jumps on me from behind. This nigga getting fucked up. Grind. From behind like a piggyback stance, the dead bites my neck. This nigga Melina. Not to suck my blood or anything like that. Just a beast trying to kill its prey by biting its neck off. Ah! Can a human mouth bite through a neck? The dead's mouth is shallow. It bites with its front teeth rather than its back. Can you even do that? Hold on. That's weird. You shouldn't bite like that. It's unnatural. The dead's teeth actually break off. Even still, it tries to bite through my neck with its flat mouth. What a stupid idiot. It doesn't really hurt. It's just disgusting. The one-armed dead walks towards me. I have to kill the dead behind me or I'll die. The method is simple. As it tries to continue biting my neck, I can just slice my knife through its face. But that means I'm going to kill. I understand. They aren't human. They aren't even living. But I still feel it's wrong. How naive. Even if they are corpses. They have the shape of humans and they move like them. It still seems mistaken to kill them as another human being. Shiki! I hear Arcueids' voice as she deals with the other three dead. Without thinking, despite the one in front of me, I look over at her, and I see something terribly unbelievable. Arcueid is wounded. Even though they move so sluggishly it would only take her a second to kill, Arcueid is being pushed by those dead. She breathes heavily. Her footwork is also unsteady, and she's having difficulty evading those attacks even I can evade. Why? The dead rips into her arm. She counters. She tears the body in two from the head to the waist. Both halves crumble into the ground. At the same time, the other waiting shades of death pounce on her. With a crash, she lands on her knees. I can tell she's breathing wildly from this distance. Man, I'm hungry! There, the two dead attack. They kick her kneeling figure in the face and makes her collapse on the ground. After that, they carry a dull, expressionless smile as they get on top of her. Stop! She lies there, arms outspread like a cross. Like when I did those disgraceful things to her last night. Stop it, you fucking bastards! Get him, Shiki! Walk him down, Shiki! Stab. I cut through the face of the one behind me, still trying to bite me. I pierce through the lower right abdomen of the one in front of me, which had strangely paused. That's where its death is. Not even looking at it as it crumbles away, I turn around and kill the faceless dead behind me. I run. The ones around her realize I'm coming and get up to attack. No problem. I slice through their points of death as they attack me. After it's all over, I start to catch my breath. Gah! The four figures crumble away into ash. The one Arcueid kills earlier make 5. Killed. Without hesitation, I stop them completely. I can't think clearly. Probably because regret and self-admonition are screaming at me. My panting fills the air, but it's still good. It's better than her getting hurt. For the first time with my own free will, with the mind of Tono Shiki, I use his power for someone else's sake. I keep panting. I can't seem to fully catch my breath. I can hear slight wheezing mixed in with wild breathing. Arcueid. Turning around, I see her full of pain and on her knees. Are you okay, Arcueid? I dash towards her. She's curled up and she breathes like someone who can do nothing else. What's wrong? You're covered in sweat. Did your wound open up? I kneel and try to look at her face. Shiki. However, she has a hand covering it. She's about to tweet. I can't see her face. All I can see is the bloodshot red eyes through her fingers. Her suffering isn't normal. The way she's breathing intermittently isn't normal, isn't natural. A hungry breath, bloodshot eyes, her waving hair. Art. Chill. Sensing danger, I step back. Yet far faster than my movement is, her teeth closing in to suck my blood. I mean, if it's Arcueid, is it really like something to fight back against if it's Arcueid? Like, I let her do it. Like, you want a little bit of my blood? Come on now. Come on now. Blood doesn't only come from the neck, it also comes from other places. Like where it's rushing to right now. I like how... I just shit my pants. I like how her eyes are supposed to be like blood red or whatever. And it just looks like she just rolled a joint. It just looks like she rolled a joint or she was crying or something. That's all it looks like. Arcueid's arms stretch out. Like that, she holds my body. Alright. My breathing stops in my throat as I call her name. And this is just a recolored... This is a recolored CG! I remember this one! This happened a few episodes ago! My breath stops in my throat as I call her name. Her bloodshot eyes. Her sharp teeth like a beast's. The overwhelming pressure that drains me of any will to resist. The thing with its teeth nearing my neck isn't the woman I know. I can't do anything. I can't even lift a finger. I'm going to be eaten. This is what it means to be preyed upon. Her teeth push against my neck. The only thing filling my mind is fear. A shriek comes out. I almost think for an instant how pitiful it is for me to make such a sound. Maybe it was my imagination, but it feels like she freezes in place. But before I can even confirm this, wham! A violent explosion erupts before me and Arcueid's body is smashed sideways. What? As if she was hit by a car. She was blown back several meters. Damn. Walk 'em down, Shield has pulled up. Shield with the blicky, but she gets up like it was nothing. Arcueid stands there stunned. I can't even think what to do either. And there, you were going to suck his blood. A cold, scolding voice. This is your true nature, Arcueid Brunstud. The merciless tone towers from above. I look up at the moon. There stands the robed figure from that one night. Senpai. There's no mistake. No matter how I look at it, it's Shield Senpai. She doesn't even look at me, but she glares at Arcueid crouching far away. Even if you destroy your kin, you cannot change the fact you are a vampire yourself. I don't know why you drew him close to you, but didn't you think it would end this way? Her voice is completely different from normal, neither strict nor kind. Her emotionless voice is horribly devoid of any humanity. Without making a noise, Senpai descends from the streetlight to the ground. Usually it's nothing I mess with, but I will not overlook you trying to kill an ordinary person. It isn't part of the plan to fight you, but if there is a need, we can settle our score. Don't be ridiculous. I don't want anything to do with you. And she looks at Senpai hatefully. I never intended to kill him. That does not sound convincing at all. It's not like you don't realize what you did earlier, and what kind of yell he gave out when he saw you. I don't care if you hate me, but you took your insanity and directed it at him. Shall we ask how he felt? With a turn of her head, Senpai casts a glance at me for the first time. Arcueid averts her gaze painfully. Silence fills the park. A footstep. The robe senpai takes only one step towards me. Get back, vampire. You had no right to stay by his side from the beginning. What? That's not true. I don't know who senpai is or what happened to Arcueids earlier, but I can at least declare this. Because I myself want to be by her side. No, you're wrong! What's with you coming out of nowhere wearing garbage ass fit and speaking like you know shit? Arcueids is definitely a vampire, but she hasn't drunk blood even once. Who's gonna tell him? Who's gonna tell him? Who's gonna tell him? Should I tell him? Do you want to tell him? Shield, do you want to tell him? You're gonna tell him, Shield? Alright, I think you're gonna tell him. Or maybe Arcueids gonna tell him. That was probably just a joke, and you don't have any right to... Please, shut the fuck up, Tona. She hasn't drunk blood even once? Yes, certainly these past 800 years, there's no record of her having any victims. However... Just shut up! I don't care to listen to whatever strange story you have to say. Look, if you try to get in her way, I'll not forgive even you. After all, I'm helping her because I want to. It's none of your business to interfere. Tono, you... An inkling of emotion enters her voice. I understand. If you say so, then I won't do anything else. However... Senpai changes her gaze to Arcueids. Arcueids looks away, not at me or Senpai. As he said, Arcueids Brunstud, do you still intend to be by his side after this? Arcueids doesn't answer. She raises her head to look at me once and then runs off into the night. What? Why are you leaving, Arcueids? I start to run after her, but my feet don't leave the ground. Senpai walks slowly over to me. I won't let you follow her. I can't let you be killed, Tono. In her hands are thin, rod-like blades. One of them stands by my feet, pinning my shadow to the ground. That's raw as fuck. You cannot move unless that is removed. No matter how hard you struggle, your shadow will struggle just as hard not to separate from you. Stop fooling around, I'll lose her! I grip the blade below me, but no matter what, I can't pull it out. I forgot to mention this, but I'm the only one who can remove it, so please, give up. Saying that, she stops in front of... What if I kill the blade, huh? What if I take out my knife and kill the blade? Saying that, she stops in front of me. I glare at her. She takes in my gaze and sighs. Jeez, really? Why do you go overboard so much, Tono? Huh? Senpai. I know. I don't hate her myself, but this is for both of our sakes. This is for both of your sakes. I will let you go soon, so please listen to what I have to say for a while. She looks up hesitantly. This is the leisurely senpai I know from school. Is that why, even though I still can't grasp the situation, I start to calm down? I like when she looks at me nicely, because when she looks like this, I think she's about to start beating the shit out of me. This is abrupt, so I'm prepared for you to hate me, but I have something to tell you. I'm very sorry for restraining you like this. Senpai bows her head. She's dressed strangely, but senpai is still senpai. It's okay. I'm not angry, so please don't apologize. You've already helped me once, senpai, and I want to ask you some things as well. That does help. But what would you like to ask me, Tono? Isn't it obvious? Who the fuck are you? Dressed like that and smashing Arcueids. And I'm the only one who remembers you at school. Senpai gives a sigh in response. Then let me ask, Tono, what do you think about me? I've only heard some things from Arcueids and about the church and stuff. That's right. As you know, I'm an exorcist of the church. My specialty is hunting vampires. I can't answer anything else, but I think that's enough for you. Enough? Why would you even come to my fucking school? If you wanted to exterminate vampires, wouldn't you be searching the city like Arcueids? No, there's a reason for me coming to your school, Tono. Right. Since this overlaps with the talk I want to give, I'll ask the questions from now on. Tono, you seem to team up with her, but do you know anything about what she's after? Yeah. Well, I heard she's an old type of vampire who drinks the blood of humans. I heard he's the old type of vampire who drinks the blood of humans to expand his territory. It seems you know about the two main classifications of vampires. Then I think you know about how he is imperfectly immortal. Yeah, about how he needs to drink blood to maintain his body. But on the other hand, as long as he can drink blood, he'll never age, right? Yes. But you can't say he's immortal in the end, can you? Besides, there are ones for whom drinking blood does not maintain their body fully, and there are some that are exterminated by us. You can't call something that can die like that immortal. Well, certainly, he's not immune to death. I don't know what Senpai's trying to get at here. Is this related to why you came to my school? Of course. Jeez, please, wait until I'm finished. Well, Nick, I'm a little impatient. You're giving the runaround. Okay, but if you could give me the short version, I'd appreciate it. Oh, really? If that's the case, then I'll explain as directly as I can. You're a vampire, nigga! You are our op! Senpai seems a little disappointed. Then a simple explanation. You are my op! Anyway, the immortality of the vampire known as dead apostles is very unstable. For them, it is merely a prolongation of their lifespans many times that of normal people. Question! Not only are their lifespans long... Oh, a question. Not only are their lifespans long, but they also have unnatural powers. Is there any relation? No. Their individual powers are things they had when they were a human, strengthened over hundreds of years. Continuing their studies from their human lives gives them these extraordinary powers. The dead apostles each have different goals. What they decide to study is different. Because of that, there is one who seriously studied immortality. He became immortal, yet he still researched it? Yes. The instant the dead apostles became vampires, they assumed they have reached the limit of immortality as humans. However, he felt that it was just a degeneration. He did not want something so imperfect, and he came up with a more perfect immortality. Yeah, by forcing himself inside of little kids. I mean, that's essentially what the fuck he was doing. Senpai seems a little more engaged. But as long as something has shape, it cannot perish. There isn't anything that as long as something has shape, it cannot but perish. There isn't anything that can withstand the passage of time. Vampires merely have a resistance higher than that of humans. Anything living internalizes death the moment it is born. Even if in possession of a body which does not age, as long as it exists, it cannot escape death. To escape death is to die. Ooh, that's a bar. This contradiction is a problem that cannot be solved. Yeah? Everyone has death within them. If there's someone who doesn't, then that's probably something that never existed in the first place. Even Arcueids can die during the day. There can't be anything that cannot die in this world. That's the reason, but he concluded that if he could preserve his existence after death, then he would be immortal. It isn't in our doctrine, but it's what you call reincarnation. Even if you die, if you can preserve your sense of self and start over again as a new human, that would be eluding death. Well, when he isn't completely annihilated, he isn't dead. So it's actually not quite eluding death. Reincarnation. You mean if he dies, he'll start over as a baby? Yes. While he is alive, he chooses his next host, and when it is born, he transmits all of the information from himself. His information stays deep within the baby until it matures, or until it gains its intelligence as its own. As soon as that baby has the intelligence to succeed his self, the baby becomes a new vampire that is him. Wait a minute, what's that? Don't tell me he does surgery on it while it's in its mother or something like that. No, it's not anything medical. Because the instant his body is destroyed, he reincarnates into the body he chose as his next body. I said all of his information earlier, but to use simpler terms, think of it as his soul. It wouldn't be quite correct to say his soul propagates through the air and takes over someone's body, but it's similar to an electromagnetic wave. In this case, the human brain is what does the transmitting and the receiving. His exceptional point is that he took this soul, which is incalculable, and something that disperses as soon as it leaves the envelope of the body, and processes as something that can be transmitted. Sorry, Senpai. I don't see what the fuck this has to do with the school. It is related. Because it's reincarnating vampires in your school, Tono. Ha! The vampire I'm pursuing and the vampire Arcueids is pursuing are the same. Although she's probably only referred to him as the enemy. I nod silently. Certainly, she's only used the word enemy, but she never told me anything about him. Her duty was to kill vampires, but since he appeared, she only pursued him. He has reincarnated 7 times already. She has destroyed him every time. Every time? But even if he dies, he'll just be reborn, right? Isn't that pointless? Yes. He's killed by her, reincarnates each time, and is killed again by her. That cycle is repeated over and over. If Arcueid had the power to kill not the body but the meaning, then this would probably not be happening. Senpai looks down a little, and it seems like she's gritting her teeth. I don't know why. However, it feels that Senpai also has some grudge against the enemy like Arcueid does. Senpai, what kind of vampire is he? He was originally a man, but that can change depending on his body he reincarnates into. The troublesome part of this dead apostle is that his incarnations are hard to find. Because he's properly born as a human baby and has parents, he transforms into a vampire only when he reaches the age where he can do everything at a satisfactory level. Until then, that human shows no hint of being a vampire. But once he awakens, he uses the relationship he gained until that time to blend perfectly into society. I heard that the church detects his presence usually after a whole town is turned into the dead. Wait a minute! Well, then this new host, he wouldn't ever realize he's a vampire until he awakens. Yes, but it isn't like 2 people sharing one body. The baby born as a human is still him. Depending on his environment, it's a good or bad person. But even that, the instant he awakens, goes away. To sum it up, once he dies, he's reborn into the next body. And once that body gains intelligence, it gains the previous life's self and becomes a vampire. What is it? Just hearing this, it's terribly scary. That's strange. I don't really understand, but it's strange. Because what you call vampires, they don't just suddenly become vampires, right? So even if their old self awakens, wouldn't the body still remain human? No. Reincarnation isn't the transmitting of a personality, it's a transmission of the soul. Once bitten by a true ancestor, not just the body, but the soul is forever soiled. He transmits all of his information called the soul to his next self. So when he awakens, the body becomes one of a vampire, but what? As you said, just that is too weak. So he selects his next host while he is alive. The family he's born into must meet 2 conditions. The first being one of wealth. Oh, that's one condition. Being born into a family with high social standing, property, and money makes it easier to make the whole town into vampires later on. And there's another requirement. This is the important one, but amongst normal people like us, there are also people that carry special powers. Not like magic, which is a mystic power that can be learned, but rather special powers from birth. Such people are normally called demonic children or psychics. These special abilities are genetic, so they are inherited, passed on by blood. He chooses those families that have something not human in their lineage. A family with wealth and influence and inhuman power. Oh, I wonder who fits both of those requirements. Those are the requirements for his host, Tono Shiki-kun. You know, strangely enough, that kinda rings a bell, you know? There's still something weird. I think that story is weird. What's weird is that Senpai's telling me this story. His name. Yes? Did you say something? His name! You keep saying enemy and him! I don't fucking understand that! Can you tell me his name? I yell at her, not even knowing why I'm angry. She doesn't look fluttered at all. She only looks at me sympathetically. No problem. Among the dead apostles, he is known as the Serpent of Akasha. This is due to the serpent being the symbol of infinity and cycles. Shedding its skin and gaining a new body, it was perfect for his name. On the other hand, he's recorded in the church as the infinite reincarnate. Okay, you're giving me the runaround! Just lay it in me! His human name is Michael Roa Valdanjong. He is also referred to as Roa. Never heard of it. Of course. It's not like I've ever met him. And sure, you came to my school because you knew this Roa was there. Yes. It truly was a sketchy feeling, but I knew this incarnation of Roa was there. I can sense Roa far better than Arcueid. That's why I came here much earlier than Arcueid and already found who his new host is. The voice stops for some reason. Senpai looks at me sympathetically like before. I explained this before, but Roa chooses fine lineages and excellent bodies for his next host. Once you find out Roa is in this place, the answer comes naturally once you investigate the families which meet his criteria. In this area, there's only one old family that meets his criteria. I don't have to say any more, do I, Tono Shiki-kun? That's why. That's why I'm saying this conversation is weird. I'm the one laughing dryly. What are you saying, Senpai? That can't be! Senpai doesn't answer, almost as if she's saying that I'm this Roa's host. But there can be no doubt. The Tono family has something different in its blood. It has power and the latent superhuman ability that Roa needs. The power you used to defeat the dead earlier wasn't human. So this time, Roa's host is unmistakably Tono Shiki. I don't understand. I don't understand a single thing she says. Why? Why can you be so certain, Senpai? What? Because I'm the one who decided all this. She says something I can't understand once more. What? But it's different. You were the one killed, yet you were the one who survived. Huh? You were the one killed, yet you are the one who survived. The one killed survived, and the one who killed is dead. I think all the mistakes began there. I know what she's referring to, but man, that way of wording it is weird. I'm trying to figure what the fuck that means. She's referring to when Shiki, say the boy name in all caps, when he killed us, and then, but once again we somehow survived, because they said we got it from a car accident or some shit, I'm pretty sure, but no, that wound that awakened our ability, that was from that was from Roa, I'm pretty sure. And then after that, our grandfather locked Roa away or some shit. I remember from the shield route. She says so as if she's on the verge mentally. Senpai pulls a sword from the ground by my feet. Ah, that is all I had to tell you. I'll leave the rest for you to decide, Tono. Leave it to me. But according to your story, to be honest, I don't know either. You're an incredibly ordinary person, like a student you could find anywhere. My intuition has to be wrong. Because you're someone who shouldn't be in a world like mine. With a sad smile, Senpai leaps an incredible distance from me, as if trying to tell me she's someone else now, an unreachable far distance. I still can't leave Arcueid alone. Unless I chase after her now, I feel like I'll never see her again. You're going after her, Tono? Senpai's voice returns to the way it was when she drove off Arcueid. An inflectionless voice devoid of emotion. Yeah? Because you're a person of the church, I know she's an enemy of yours. But a lot of things have happened and I agreed to help her, so I have to look for her. I don't know what she'll do if I leave her by herself. Laughing as if it was a joke, I tell her later and turn around. Please wait. If you go after her, you'll only get killed. You must not see Arcueid Brunstad again. Only get killed? Well, you may not believe me, but she really doesn't suck blood. She's quite a good person, actually. I know. Certainly, she hasn't drunk human blood. However, that's at an end. A true ancestor who gives in to vampiric impulse can only fall downward from there. My feet freeze in place. Senpai. True ancestor, vampiric impulse. What do you mean? It's an inversion impulse! Hold on. I mean the desire to drink blood. Tono. The vampires called dead apostles mostly became vampires after a vampire sucked their blood. To preserve their bodies, they need the blood of humans. In other words, they can't escape drinking blood if they want to live. But the ones who are vampires from the beginning are different. The dead apostles were originally human like us, so maybe you can still call them human. However, if someone was born a vampire, can you call it human? What are you saying, senpai? I'm asking about Arcueid. This is about her. I won't let you say you never thought about it. If dead apostles became vampires from vampires, then there has to be an origin, an existence that is a vampire from the beginning. These vampires that are a completely different species, these vampires are a completely different species from us. We call them true ancestors. Those who don't need human blood and have special powers equivalent to, no, surpassing the dead apostles. She's a member of the royal family of the true ancestors. Although they don't really have any rank structure, so saying royal isn't quite accurate. So what? This conversation doesn't have anything to do with me. It does. These vampires known as true ancestors have a deeper impulse to drink blood than the dead apostles. Her eyes are completely emotionless. Like mirrors, they show my agitated face. Do you see, Tono? The true ancestors can live without human blood. However, maybe a mistake happened in their evolution. Or maybe there's no such thing as a perfect existence. But anyway, there's a period when they desire the blood of humans. The instant a human has his blood drunk by them, he no longer remains human. The true ancestors are on a different scale from humans as creatures. When the powerful life of a true ancestor touches the blood of a human, the sheer difference means a human cannot remain human after such contact. Like a small wave absorbed into a larger wave, that person becomes a part of the true ancestor. To simplify, becomes a doll. The problem is, there's no reason for their vampiric impulses. There's no reason, so there's no way to stop it. The fatal flaw in an otherwise perfect existence. You can call it a terminal illness. Anyway, they live by resisting their urge to drink blood. It isn't a matter of using the mind to put up with it. They use all their powers to resist its urge and seal it within themselves by force. By using their enormous powers on themselves, they're suppressing the vampiric impulse. But if something external causes them to lose their power, what do you think happens to their ability to suppress it? If something external causes them to lose power, such as receiving a wound that requires power to heal, or using power to regenerate after being killed completely. So let's say she has 10 units of power. She uses 7 of them to resist the urge to drink blood inside her. But if for some reason she loses 5 out of the 10 units, then even if she uses all of her remaining power, she can only use 5 units of power to resist. That's not enough. Then what will it take away from her? And? What happens to those true ancestors who can't resist, senpai? They drink human blood, of course. After that, nothing. Once they give in, they can only keep on falling. Once a true ancestor knows the taste of blood, I hear the urge becomes many times more painful than before. As a result, they aren't able to resist the urge anymore. And when that happens, they become dreaded demon lords. True ancestors are certainly a superior race, but since they bind themselves to resist the vampiric impulse, they can never utilize their full powers. But once they fall, there's no longer the need to restrain themselves. Then they just become demons who suck human blood for their own pleasure. I remember how Arcueid appeared earlier, her bloodshot eyes, her wild breathing, the breath assailing my neck. Lies. That's a lie! It's a lie! She certainly said she's scared of drinking blood. Yeah, she's scared. Because once she does it, she knows she won't be able to stop. It's like doing crack. Once you snort your first line, you can only... It's up the nose from there. If there's any salvation, it is to say that the urge is instantaneous. The true ancestors keep just one subordinate for the time the urge gets too great to suppress. That's the beginning of those called dead apostles. They are something that's already dead. A vampire kept alive for the sake of easing the pain of the true ancestors. That is the form of the vampire in this city. But she doesn't have such a thing. No, until now she never needed one. Special among the true ancestors, she was able to resist the vampiric impulse using her will alone. Then there's no problem. Once her wound heals, once her body returns to normal, she can resist it, right? Technically, but there's a limit, Tono. The vampiric illness has no end and it will not go away. The resisted urges will build up again and again and eventually overflow their vessel. The longer they live, the larger the vampiric impulse in them gets. And when they can no longer restrain themselves with their own power, when the impulse overwhelms their power, their lives are ended by others. That is the lifespan of those without lifespans. But Arcueids okay. She's just weak because of me, so after a few days she'll... perhaps. But she's reached her limit already. Even though she was only actually active for a few years, the amount of time of her existence does not change. The urge which is growing inside her will consume her. There's no denying that now is not the time. Arcueids' life cannot be saved. Thump. For the first time, not because of my anemia, but because someone else's words, everything starts to fade away in a haze of dizziness. What does it mean? Even though she knows she's past her limits, she's still hunting vampires here. That's odd. No matter how I think of it, it's odd. It's all lies. Because if she knew she's at her limit, then why would she hunt vampires for our sake? She deals with them not for our sake, but because it's her purpose. Purpose? Who decided that? Probably the other true ancestors. She was born in the 12th century, when there were many fallen true ancestors. The true ancestors could not ignore their fallen kin, nor the dead apostles increasing in number. I'm hungry. I'm just like Arcueid, I need to eat something. That's why they created something solely for killing them, without a need for anything else. The most pure true ancestor created for punishment. That's a true ancestor called Arcueid. She's like a nuclear missile without a mind of its own. Once she leaves the castle, her target is definitely destroyed. Thump. This dizziness again. She needs to stop saying that. She's a person. Talking about it like she's some sort of weapon makes me mad. No, she is a weapon. In the first place, she only existed for that purpose. So it seems there's now something wrong with her. It is the first time I've seen her talk like that. She never spoke any words before. Huh? Hold on. Never spoke, that's odd. Because she never does anything extra. From long ago, for the past hundreds of years, she's lived that way. Ever since she was born in the old castle amongst the mountains, never changing. Thump. My heart beat in this dark dizziness. What is this? This unknown scenery. The memories I've never had, they start to fill my vision. Oh, that's my girl! The wide castle courtyard. The unadorned grassy field inside the solitary castle. The white woman stares blankly at the sky. She did not have any extra knowledge or freedom beyond what was needed for her purpose. She only goes outside when her target is determined. She gets taught only the information needed to definitely destroy the enemy. No one is there. No one to talk to. Not even another face to see. After killing her target, and when she returns to the castle, her taught knowledge is washed out and she's taken to sleep. Without knowing anything, nothing other than killing vampires. There's nothing. Such as the fun of speaking with someone else. The precious moments of seeing someone else and greeting them. She was excluded from all of it. Her power was strong enough to defeat the fallen true ancestors. But it's ironic. She was so powerful that she was shunned by the rest of the true ancestors. Even while praising her as the princess, no one approached her. Even while giving her a castle, her only world was the dark basement. There was nothing to give her any feelings. That's almost enough to make me pity her for living. A parody of life. She apparently had no words or even time of her own. The true ancestors treated her only as a weapon. The weapon has no need for extra functions, such as baking bread or doing laundry. If you're gonna put on extra functions, you would put on something more fit for a weapon, right? I was always taught never to do extra things. Yeah, she said that before. The reason for deciding everything for herself, for having those empty eyes. That's why she never needed anyone else. No, maybe she never knew about it. All they wanted of her was to be a superior killing machine. That's why she doesn't know anything. I don't mean something big like the meaning of life, but not even the small joy of just living normally. She was always so cheerful. Even trivial things made her so happy. So I thought she was always like that. But I was horribly wrong. She really was just enjoying those simple things. She must have enjoyed those things so much, because it's so fun. I never thought about how life could be fun just by living. Like it was an uneasiness she couldn't understand. Fuck. Like it was uneasiness she couldn't understand. The classroom filled with the red setting sun where she asked me those questions with a reserved voice. Even though Arcueids has existed for so long, she knows less about living than we do. If you convert it to the time she was allowed to move freely, it is amazingly short. Her lifetime was spent almost entirely in sleep. Most likely a deep, dark sleep. Really. I had not fun just talking, you know? After dealing with all the fallen true ancestors, she did not leave the castle. Having fulfilled her purpose, the true ancestors sought to educate her properly. However, she could not be free. Because of a slight mistake, she ended up killing all of the true ancestors remaining in the castle. Maybe the one that was taught how to kill vampires really did finish her job until the very end. In the end, she was left alone. After killing the true ancestors, she sealed herself up in the castle. In an empty castle of the true ancestors, bound with 1,000 chains. Whenever Ro is reborn, she awakens from her sleep and moves around for a short time. In the middle of that fixed world, she never said a single word. That's why she's a killer down to her very core. Even though the true ancestors which bound her are now gone, she still wanders around with the sole purpose of killing vampires. She probably does not have any other fun. That's a lie. That's not what made her happy. I wasn't watching anything. Like her words or her happy face. If I only looked closer, I would have known. All of it. I never realized how alone she was until now. All the things we feel and take for granted. Such as talking with a friend about meaningless things or the fun that lets you forget time. At the end of a day, lying down on a bed and the peacefulness was just staring at the ceiling. To her, those unimportant things were priceless moments of happiness. All of it. What is this misery? It's her not even knowing how miserable she is. Such a terrible, almost comical solitude should not exist. Lies! All of it! Enough with all these difficult things. I never knew she felt such happiness from trivial things. If I could let her know that such things were things she could always enjoy, that would have been such a great... Tono? Her voice returns my vision to normal. What's wrong? You suddenly went quiet and spaced out. Were you listening? No, sorry, I don't remember. I heard you speaking, but it felt like someone else was talking. Senpai nods doubtfully. In other words, it's okay. It's okay. I don't care what she did or what she's like. I can't leave her alone any longer, so I'll be going. Turning away from Senpai, I start to walk towards the city. Tono! Once a true ancestor failed to suppress the vampiric impulse, there's no hope for recovery. If she appears in front of you, it means she came to drink your blood. I think what she says is truth for her, but it's a different truth than mine. It's not true, because she hasn't drunk blood yet. No. If I had not stopped her, she would have drunk your blood. You're wrong because she stopped. Arcueids was fine. That's why even if you didn't stop her, the result would have been the same. Yeah, certainly. She stopped right then. So you're gonna be on her side no matter what, Tono. Yeah? Sorry, Senpai. Senpai doesn't answer. I think I hear her sigh. We may end up fighting, you know? Maybe. But I won't apologize, Senpai. There's no response from Senpai. Just her presence getting further away. Disappearing footsteps. Without turning around, I head towards town, shrouded by night. There's no one on the main street. Not Arcueids, not even just regular people. Damn! It's the same as last night. I don't have any way of finding her. Right now, even though I want to see her so badly, I don't have any means. Even though she's in so much pain, I can't help her at all. Damn it! I'm so irritated it drives me nuts. Somehow I have to find her okay. Or else I can't move forward. I gasp painfully. Even though I ran all through the city, I don't see her. My body is exhausted and I can't get enough air. I breathe harder. The scar on my chest throbs with my heartbeat. Until now, I've never hated this fragile body so much. I hungrily breathe in air. I can't find her. I won't find her just running around aimlessly like this. I struggle for breath. If I have any chance of finding her, it would be go to Arcueids' room. Okay. Wait in the park, it says. I'll stay here. We promised. We promised to meet here. We still haven't fulfilled our promise for tonight. To meet here and fight together. I mean, you kind of did, though. So if I can't break this promise, and she thinks it's important too, Arcueid will come back here. I can only continue to believe in her and wait here. Time passes by. The clock ticks mechanically, recording the passing of each second. I feel like I'm drowning. My body doesn't want to wait a minute longer. And just sitting here, waiting seems like the utmost in idiocy, and I want to run off and search for her again. But my heart is calm. Even though my body urges me to hurry, my heart remains calm. I continue waiting, staring up at the blue glass moon. It's horribly quiet. No sounds, as if the night froze everything. A quiet stillness as if Arcueid and I were the only ones in the entire world. If I can stay in such a place, then it isn't painful at all to wait for any amount of time. So right now, I'm drowning in bliss. Only time passes by. Just 2 hours until dawn. If the day breaks, Arcueid and I will probably never see each other again. Let me see my girl! And time just passes by. And then like a white rabbit in the snow, she unexpectedly arrives in the park. Arcueid doesn't say anything. With downcast eyes, she doesn't make a move to come closer. Arcueid. I call out to her. She doesn't respond or even look in my direction. I can't speak. I don't know what I can say to her to make her smile again. Right now, I feel like any words coming out of my mouth will only make her sadder. Time seems to stretch to eternity. In reality, the ticking of the clock can't have happened even close to 1,000 times. Arcueid lifts her head like she's watching a dream. You wouldn't go home at all, Shiki. So I came here because I couldn't leave you alone. Even though I really was thinking of going back to my room. She hesitates as she speaks, but says this in her usual cheerful manner. Of course I wouldn't go back. Didn't I say I'd keep my promise? I still haven't been of any help tonight. That's enough. You don't have to do that anymore. Enough. Just what's enough, Arcueid? Doesn't it go without saying? It's just that I'm a vampire and you're a human, Shiki. I didn't have any right to receive help from you. I didn't understand that earlier, and I would have ruined you if I went a bit farther. That's why it's enough. What are you saying all of a sudden? I was ready for that from the time I agreed to help you. I understood far better than you that you were a vampire. Knowing that I still said I'd help you. This is nothing I can agree with. Arcueid, you don't need to worry about what happened earlier. You were just tired and weak. I'm an idiot, so I couldn't realize your lie. You weren't in pain because of your wound, but because of your impulses, right? Senpai told me all about it. That woman. Since when did agents from the burial agency become so talkative? Less with hate and more with exhaustion. Arcueid gives a deep sigh. I heard it all from Senpai, so I'll be direct. I don't see any problem, Arcueid. You're in pain now, but you'll return normal in a few days, right? You don't need to worry. And about before, even though you were in so much pain, you held yourself back, didn't you? So it's alright. Let's just continue like we were until now. With some difficulty, Arcueid smiles weakly. Shiki, you don't understand at all. It's useless to do this. Even now I want to drink your blood. But you only think that. Then try hard to resist it. Haven't you tried so hard like that until now? That's true. Until now I've held myself back. No, I was able to. But I guess it's useless now. Even though the only meaning for my existence is to hunt other vampires, I did a lot of extra things. If I didn't know anything, I never would have thought of wanting anything. If I didn't rely on you and pursued the enemy by myself, it would have been alright. It would have been okay if she were by herself. Is she serious? Is this nigga serious? Does she seriously believe that? With such a sad face? With such a sad voice? With such a solitary appearance and on the verge of collapse? That just pisses me off! It's not bad for you, dumb bitch! What? Don't be ridiculous. What do you mean if you pursued the enemy it would have been alright? Because it was impossible by yourself. Because you finally realized that there are things you can't do by yourself. You asked me for help, right? Then rely on me until the end. I'll help you. No matter what happens, I'll help you, so don't look like that. Don't say those things. Finally, if you finally realize that life is fun, please don't simply give up on such happiness. Shiki, are you crying? Like hell I am! Why would I cry over you? It's just, she's saying such stupid things. It makes me so angry that my emotions are going crazy. Anyways, we'll continue searching for this vampire, okay? If we can defeat this Rowan guy, then you can get some rest. Then everything's solved. There aren't any problems at all. With terribly peaceful eyes, she gives a quiet nod. But it's too late for me, Shiki. You said I held myself back before, but I really didn't. Back then, I only stopped because you became afraid of me. Many people have been afraid of me like a monster. I didn't feel anything when hated or feared. But it really is strange, you know? I really didn't want you to look at me like I was a monster. But I am a monster no matter how you look at me. She forces out a dry laugh. No, it just happened so fast I was surprised. That's a lie. That's a lie I can't even fool myself with. I was scared than a bitch. I shit myself. Arcueid painfully looks away. Sensei told me before that you'll only hurt the other person when you tell lies that you can't even deceive yourself with. That's why I stopped for an instant. I was scared of you looking at me like that. I would break apart if you looked at me like that. Looked at me like that in the future too. So, I won't see you anymore. What? Let's say goodbye here, Shiki. We probably associated too much with each other. She turns around swiftly. She senses while trying not to look at me. Associated too much, huh? Maybe that's true. For both me and Arcueid. If we never knew much about each other, this would have never happened. I would have just returned to my normal life and she'd have probably kept going by herself. You're right. Maybe we have associated too much already. But I think we're fine like that. Because isn't always being by yourself lonely? Arcueid doesn't answer. She looks so vulnerable. I want to embrace her and support her. And to be honest, I really enjoyed these past few days. I almost died, but it wasn't all bad. So let me help you until the very end. How could I sleep if I knew I left you alone? No, you don't have to worry about me. I'll kill Rowan no matter what. I will destroy him even if it kills me. You've done enough already, Shiki. The city will soon return to normal, so you don't have to worry anymore. Her voice, as she faces away from me, has no trace of her usual brightness. I can't bear this anymore. I'm gonna stop acting like this. Idiot. That's not what I'm worried about. Saying that I draw closer to her. Ah! Arcueid tries to escape. I grab her arm from behind and make her turn around. Shiki, since you don't understand me unless I'm direct, I'll be direct. Look, I didn't agree to help you stop the vampire in the city. I really don't have any fine ideals such as protecting the city that I live in. Right, I was only fooling myself. The reason isn't anywhere near to being that noble. I just like you. I wanted to help you, so I agreed to help you. So now I just can't leave you. I reveal it all, and I embrace Arcueid straight on. Oh. Her gasp isn't one of resistance. She simply stands there in astonishment, accepting my embrace. Thump! There's nothing wrong with you wanting to drink my blood. Thump. Shiki, it hurts. My arms hurt. Thump. That'll make it even. Because thump. I've always wanted you too. Even now I'm consumed with the passion just from hearing your heartbeat. Thump. From her arms I hold. From her body up against mine, I can feel the beating of her heart. No, Shiki. That's just for right now. It's only a whim of yours. Thump thump. Just hearing the sound makes me want to hug her to death. Even so, if I love you right now, Arcueid, that's my truth. I don't care about what happens later. Thump. Or do you hate me? Male manipulator core! Male manipulator core! Why do you hate me? Why do you hate me? Why do you hate me? Or do you hate me? Thump! The heartbeats. Vampire daughter or do you hate me son? Which are you picking? The heartbeat skips. No, I can't answer that. The heartbeat stops. In its place, her arms wrap around my back like falling rain. At first just gently, then hard as if answering me. Her arms squeeze my body into hers. Can I get a CG of that? Fuck! Our embrace lasted only an instant. I don't even know which one of us separated first. But as if we planned it, we both let go. She blushes, looking away. It's only about an hour until dawn. As the night ends, so does Arcueid's time. But I can't bear parting with her anymore. If it can be forgiven, right now I wanna... my room. Huh? Can we go to my room? If you're saying going to protect me, I don't want you to go back. A hesitant voice. Even I can understand what she means. Nodding wordlessly, I walk with Arcueid to her room. I feel like I ruined some of my... Hey, camera, fix yourself! Fix yourself, camera! I feel like I'll ruin some of my jokes by looking over at my face when I should be looking at the camera. Okay, that's just uncomfortable. Sorry for making you uncomfortable. I wonder if the pillow says I do. Anyways, I enter before her. The pillow says yes. Behind me I can sense Arcueid. If I turn around, I know my feelings will rise out of control. But still, my mind is almost surprisingly calm. I don't quite understand it myself. Or perhaps it is the contradicting impulse of being insane yet sane that loving someone brings. Arcueid. I try to turn around. Before I finish, I feel her hand lightly rest on my back. Don't turn around. Wait just like this for a while. Her voice is exceedingly calm. The hand on my back doesn't move as if making sure of something. Okay, I know where this is going. Let me make sure the house is empty because I want to be able to act my voice to death. I want to be able to go crazy with this voice acting. I'm gonna go fucking ham, nigga! Nigga, I'm finna hear me moan! I'm finna yell, I'm coming in the best girl voice I can do. This is y'all favorite part of the series, I just know it. Y'all just love when I voice act the sex scenes. This gotta be y'all favorite part of the series. Hey Shiki, do you remember when I first waited for you? Yeah, I remember. The one I killed was waiting with a smiling face. How could I forget? Yeah, back then, I really hated you. Despite her words, her voice is very gentle. Arcueid, I knew I wouldn't be able to suppress my vampiric impulses by myself any longer. And I knew this probably would be my chance, and I pursued Roa. I thought I finally found him. And then someone I didn't even know killed me and ruined everything. Back then, all I could feel was hatred. And I found the one who killed me and waited at that road for such a long time. I was thinking you should just hurry up. Hurry up and come here. Once I saw you, I'd make you suffer the same fate. I really did hate you. I hated you so much I thought my chest would burst with hatred as I waited. The pressure on my back increases. Arcueid. But no one has ever killed me like that before. I was a bit curious about what kind of person you were too. And I never thought so strongly about someone before. In the beginning it was just hatred, but it started to slip when I wondered what kind of human you were. Soon I wanted to meet you to find out about you. The one who killed me like that. And for the first time I also almost lost track of myself. And I kept wondering, Shiki, what you said before, about how being by yourself is lonely. I thought that wasn't true. But when I waited for you, the one who I madly thought about, I felt happy. I wanted to meet you right away, but it turned out great that I held on and waited for you. It was really fun. I was so excited. I kept imagining what kind of person you were. She pulls her hand from my back. Thinking back, I started to feel the need for someone else from that time, and I felt unsatisfied with just being by myself. You said you liked me, but I think I fell in love with you before we even met. Her voice is just so lovely. There's no need for hesitation. Turning around, I embrace her. Woo! Let's go! Get him, Shiki! Our lips come together naturally. I don't know who started it. Maybe we both did. We just did it gently. We kissed to feel each other's presence just a bit closer. Holding my breath, I take in everything about the way she feels. Her soft lips, the skin that would never touch anything, is touching me right now. Just thinking about it makes my head spin, yet touching her is so warm and relaxing. Her body is trembling lightly, but she doesn't seem to be scared at all. Her closed eyes, the shade of red on her cheeks is so adorable. I really can't believe it. This Arcueid is the one I love so much. I couldn't even imagine that just doing this would make me feel more love toward her. We pull back, still holding each other. We look at each other in embarrassment. That was a kiss, wasn't it? She says this with a deep blush, her red eyes looking up at me imploringly, her golden hair waving before my eyes. Arcueid, you don't like this kind of thing? That's not it. My heart's beating so fast right now. Thump. Certainly your heart is beating loudly. Or is it my heartbeat? She looks straight into my eyes. But this is troubling. I'm wondering if this is really okay. Is what okay? Because there aren't any vampires that kiss. Blushing, she smiles embarrassedly. That gesture was checkmate. Taking off my glasses, I embrace her once more. Damn! He's going at it! One more time. Not the mutual kiss of before. I do a hungry, searching, stealing kiss. Arcueid sucks in a breath. I don't care. I just can't hold anything back. I kiss her deeply. Give me that tongue, bitch! Arcueid tries to breathe in. I steal even that. Damn! I lift her chin and hold her head, covering her lips with mine and intertwining our tongues. I want to become one. Okay, that is not the sound of a kiss. Oh, well, I wouldn't know. I've never kissed anyone before. I'm holeless. Pushing against Arcueids' mouth as she tries to escape, I slip my tongue past her lips. My tongue easily dips into her mouth. The sounds we make, the sensations of our tongues touching, easily lets me imagine what we look like. As her tongue tries to pull away, I wrap mine around it. Ooh, wrapping, intertwining, sucking. Sucking like a vampire. The sensation of the tip of my tongue is almost ticklish. That's alliteration, my nigga. But the sucking of the base of my tongue feels like absolute zero. Unable to breathe, her throat still try to swallow. Her white throat moves painfully, crying for oxygen. At the same time, her mouth sucks my tongue in, and our tongues mix together even more deeply. Moving my tongue, I draw her lip in further. Our breathing, our exploring, all within our mouths. The sounds of our joining fills the air. There's no end. The pleasure from this is enough to make me pass out. Is it because our mouths and tongues are so close to our brains? Meeting like this causes my mind to go blank more than anything I've felt before. Pleasure trips a fuse in my brain, threatening to overwhelm me. Our interrupted breathing. At some point, her mouth, which was seeking oxygen, started to tangle her tongue with mine. As our tongues intertwined, they come into my mouth. I realized that was my own. I realized that was my own voice. I can't believe it. Someone else's tongue. Someone else's tongue is entering my mouth. This feeling, this slight sense of discomfort of something foreign in my mouth. And I want something foreign in my mouth too. I'm sorry. And above that, this overwhelming pleasure which feels like it could kill me. We try to breathe as our tongues indulge one another. I had no idea a tongue could generate such a sensation simply by touching another tongue. Just being in contact puts us out of breath. Inhaling, nibbling. Just that makes me go crazy. Makes me unable to think of anything but her. Closing our eyes as if resisting something. Arcueid answers back. It's completely different from our gentle kiss from before. There's only a male and a female here now. Our mouths are entirely wet. Saliva begins to spill from our lips. From mine to hers, from hers to mine. But it isn't dirty. It's like the world's most powerful aphrodisiac. It causes all thought to crumble away. And like that, not just my tongue, but wanting everything to come together, I pull back from Arcueid's mouth. I gasp for air. My chest hurts. I don't know how long we were like that. I can't even breathe properly. But even more than that, I want to touch her body and feel her against me. Shiki. Concerned, Arcueid looks into my face. Her blushing, hesitant expression. Arcueid. I can't stop, won't stop. I hold her tight. I want to sleep with you. I want you. At first, she gives no answer. Then, keeping her head down, her entire face goes red as she nods. As naturally as if she were taking off her hat. She has a hat? I don't think she wears a hat. Arcueid removes her clothing. It's less of a removal than more of an emergence. Well, that's not a word I like hearing. Though, a sight beautiful enough to take my breath away. Her white clothes disappear without a sound. The bra covering her lovely breasts, and the underwear concealing her femininity, disappear like flowing water. Looking at Arcueid's nude figure causes my rampaging mind to come to a complete stop. It's not that I became calm, but she's just so beautiful I forget to think or go wild. I can't speak. She shyly sits down on the bed. Shiki. Her gaze asks me what's wrong. Nothing. Her white skin is tinged with a faint hue of red. That charming tint causes all rational thought to fade away. Shiki, am I not? That's not it. You're so beautiful, I was just fascinated. Yeah. She shyly averts her eyes and reveals her naked body. Using both hands to cover her lower body causes her breasts to be accentuated. You really are beautiful. Your breasts are just so perfect. Damn, bitch, them titties perfect! Saying that, I reach out and brush them with my fingers. Is he gonna do what he did before, but like, properly? with consent and consideration? Arcueids trembles.
Shiki, wait.
What? Why? I've already decided to make love to you. This is only the beginning. Yeah, I know that, but maybe she's still embarrassed. She looks at me uneasily. Did I lock my door? I did. Thank God. There's nothing to be embarrassed about. Your breasts are perfect and you have a fantastic body, white woman. I thought I heard a sound. Arcueids' body shakes, most likely because of me tightening my fingers. Leaning down, I nibble on the tip of her right breast. Ooh, I need the luscious mounds, the flesh feeling like a ripe fruit in my hands. Yummy! She blushes even more. She must not be used to the feeling, and she looks at the fingers caressing her breast in amazement. They really are big. I could never tell from your clothes. They really are big. I could never tell from your clothes, but for you to have such a dirty body like this. Arcueid doesn't answer. She just gives a few short gasps as I continue to slowly massage her breasts. Her breathing almost sounds rhythmic.
Shiki, wait.
I don't pay any attention. At first just very lightly, and then bit by bit, almost enough for her not to realize it. I gradually strengthen my grip. Not touching her nipples because she'll probably try to escape if I do it too quickly. So for now, just slowly. So that when she realizes it, it'll be far too late for her. I continue caressing her perfectly shaped breasts. Damn, he loves that word. Perfectly shaped breasts. Her breathing gets heavier. Pretending I don't notice, I rub her even more. Hold on. I intended to stay calm, but just doing this turns me on.
Shiki, I feel...
Her voice gets warmer and trembles with impatience.
I feel hot all over.
Arcueid's words are interrupted with soft, sexy gasps. You must be hot since you're sweating like that. Come on now. Getting hot all over a little massage. You must really want this, Arcueid.
But Shiki, it's because you keep doing that.
I squeeze even harder. Ooh. Her face stiffens as if in fear. I'm not one to talk. Just doing this is making me go crazy, Arcueid. Taking a deep breath, I massage her even harder. Her sweet voice. It's only natural for her to get hot being touched. But what is this? I'm only touching her breasts, but the feeling of her breasts overflowing from in between my fingers is eating away at my mind. There's something strange about her body. Just touching it like this, it seems to send pleasure rebounding towards me in ever-increasing magnitude. My breathing gets heavier. Before I realize that I start to breathe wildly, intoxicating by her body. Arcueid is warmed up enough. Her pink nipples are proud and stiff. She gasps quickly. I bring my mouth to one. Arcueid looks away in embarrassment, ignoring as I stick out my tongue. I give the hardened peak a tentative lick. I can hear Arcueid's voice. Her nipples so hard I barely move with my tongue. For some reason my head hurts. The intense sensations are causing it. But ignoring all that, I tongue her nipple and slowly take it into my mouth. Her breasts swell upwards. After sucking them diligently for some time, I let my mouth slide lower.
Shit.
A thin trail of saliva runs the length of her white body. The sounds coming from her throat no longer resemble words. My tongue plays along her body as my fingers continue massaging. Her body shudders in time with her breathing. I become aware of a different smell, something other than her sweat and skin. It's a warm, light scent. The area covered by her hands is already moist. Her slender fingers already covered in sticky juices. Yummy. What's this? You feel this much already with just your breasts? You're more sensitive than I thought, Arcueid. But again, I'm not one to talk. I can't even speak properly.
Shiki, I have a request.
What? A request?
I don't want you to be rough Like that time. That time I pushed her down in the alley. Why did you have to bring that up now? Even if she didn't say it, I wouldn't be like that anyway. How come? You don't like it rough? Well, this is my first time, so... She blushes and tries to contain her harsh breathing. She sounds so incredibly cute. Huh? Really, I'm still really scared. That's why... Shiki, just for now, please be gentle. That does it. That's the last straw! Why are you... I squeeze her breasts. All thinking, all reason, all knowledge disappears. Even my breathing stops. Shiki? What is it? You're acting strange. You're making a scary face. It's strange. Yeah, of course I'm acting strange. Because I can't think straight. Because she made me this way. Ow! I push her onto the bed. Shiki, ow! I'm not... Shut up! Relax yourself, Shiki. What are you doing? She just said be gentle, okay? What are you doing? Don't piss me off, Shiki. I climb on top of her. I cover her lips with my own. My heart pounds furiously. My fully erect dick. What? Maybe I need to start, like, censoring more of my words. Maybe that's why I don't really hit algorithm like that, because I'm just saying crazy shit, and I'm not censoring it. I know YouTube really likes when you censor. So maybe I'd like, you know, if I censored more, I'd be fine. My fully erect shaft, my fully erect cock lands right on top of her slit. Like a crude sword, it pierces into her. Ah! The maddening picture of shyness and anticipation on her face disappears. No, I'm not. You're not ready for it yet, right? Even I know that. But I can't help it. Tono Shiki has been driven mad by her word. I am so fucking hungry right now. Oh my goodness, my stomach hurts. Panting fills the air. My breathing goes out of control. Really? Why do you always say things that make me go crazy, Arcueid? There's nothing else left now. I brutally thrust into her. Her body stiffens. She begins to quiver. Pant, pant, pant. Without paying any attention, I continue pushing inside of her. She's already wet enough to accept me smoothly. However, that was only at the beginning. She's really tight. Even if we're both wet, only my tip goes in smoothly, and the rest won't go in unless I force it. It hurts, Shiki. It really hurts. Her voice is almost a scream. You have to put up with it. Okay. This might low-key be the worst one yet. This might be the worst one yet. And I say that because there's no excuse for him this time, right? The shit with Kohaku, the earlier thing with Arcueid, I could say Roa took control. You know? Roa took control. That wasn't really Shiki in control there. That was Roa. I can say that. I can't say that with this. This is Shiki doing this. He's genuinely just being a piece of shit. Like, he's just being an asshole. If you talk, you might bite your tongue. Pushing down on her squirming body, I continue to thrust myself in. Her voice is full of pain. My voice, on the other hand, is different. I only have my tip inside of her, but still the tightness is out of this world. Maybe it's because I didn't give her much foreplay, but she's not very wet inside. I can only feel hot walls of flesh surrounding me. It's a little strange. Are my nerves damaged, or is being inside of her just that good? Just having her wrapped around me, I feel like I'm being sucked dry. I've only had it in for a matter of seconds, and just the very tip, but the pleasure is intense enough for me to come over and over again. Gah! I frantically hold back by biting my tongue. My arms move on their own to caress her breasts, the side of her body, her neck, her ivory figure. She feels warm when I touch her, yet she's so soft, it feels like she would melt if I press too hard. Just touching. Just touching causes my mind to go blank. Arcueid, In contrast to her pain, my mind has gone completely empty. If I go any deeper, if I touch her anymore, I feel like I'll enter a world of pleasure so intense I would never return. Gah! This is bad. I have enough reason at least to know this is bad, so I use my hips to try and pull out. Yet the simple motion of pulling back is too much. Just doing that gives me pleasure out of this world, and Arcueid almost screams in pain. Shiki! Arcueid calls my name. Looking down, her hands grip the sheets tightly as if trying to resist the pain. Arcueid, you... She's bearing it. Trying to bear me as I indulge my selfishness, and bearing the pain of her first time. Bearing it all as she tries to allow me my wish. Why am I hesitating now? I like her, I love her, so I want her. Then no matter what happens, don't I just want to become one with her? Arcueid, I know it hurts, but can you bear it? She gives a slight nod. Stand up for yourself! Grab her by the neck and say, no, nigga! You're going to make my first time feel good! She gives a slight nod. Then here I go. If it hurts, just say so. It should ease things a bit for you. I lower my body again. All that's left is for me to bury myself in her depths. The bed creaks. Hold on. Her body bends like a bow. My swollen, hardened dick thrusts forward. There's a feeling of something tearing like paper. Arcueid's face colors with shame, and tears gather in her eyes from the pain. Ah! What pain? The deeper I go, the more my awareness breaks apart. It's pleasure. Surpassing the pain are waves of pleasure, crashing into my brain. Fire races through my spinal cord and assails me. There's no forgiveness inside her. Her flesh wraps around me, embracing, massaging, pressuring, caressing, constricting. The nerves of my shaft are squeezed as if held by a fist. But I keep going further. These waves of pleasure threaten to make me pass out. Though I fear them, I also want more. Arcueid throws her head back, exposing her white neck. Her body arches in pain. Doing that only serves to make her tighten around me more, making me go insane. Oh, Shiki, it hurts there. It's okay, we're almost there. I push with my hips once more, sliding. The sounds of flesh against flesh, sloshing. The sounds of our fluid mixing together. As I move back, a translucent liquid seeps out of her. There's still pain in her voice, but on the other hand, her body, which was trying to escape before, is starting to reply. That means she's starting to feel pleasure. I use my hips a bit more. Shiki! Her body jumps. Her breasts quiver. Her well-shaped eyebrows contort in anguish. Her passage gets tighter. There's no end to Arcueid's inside, and the pleasure keeps attacking me. I can't. Arcueid moans. I just keep thrusting. Her pain, my pain, our hips, everything moves together as if one. What pain? Her pain? What pain do you have? You're doing it! That deep it hurts. I can't even answer. Right now the pain is so greater than pleasure for her. If I can't hold off until it reverses, it would be meaningless. Shiki, harder. She begs me even as her tears start to flow. There's still pain, but she can't think about it. She's no longer holding me off. Here I go. Gathering up my strength, I start to thrust, over and over. As long as I can concentrate, until she loses all rational thought, I'll keep going. Yeah, my fucking shift better be canceled. As long as I can concentrate, until she loses all rational thought, I'll keep going. Her breathing matches the quivering of her body, her hot skin, her face tinged with pleasure and pain. Just touching them steals away my rationale. Shiki, Shiki, Shiki. She calls my name as if remembering nothing else. In response, I thrust deeper. It's okay, so please go deeper. I feel like I'm melting inside of her. It's only a matter of time. It isn't a matter of me simply releasing semen in her anymore. It's like my entire body, my entire mind is trying to release itself in pleasure. Holding back this long might be what's called a miracle, but I'm almost at my limit. The pleasure escalates without end, and the pain in Arcueids dwindles. The pleasure increases. I clench my stomach. The burning fire starts to well up inside me. That was it. Using all my strength, I plunge into her one last time. Oh. Arcueids arches in response. No! Spurt. I start to release it all. Spurt, splurt. Arcueids breathes heavily. After waiting this long, only 1 or 2 spurts won't finish it. Splurt, splurt. My hot magma fills her. After what seems like eternity, Arcueids collapses on the bed completely exhausted. Only the sounds of our breathing echoes through the moon. The moonlit room! Why was there a space right there? That confused me! Through the moonlit room, Arcueids' glistening body lies next to mine, and a thin line of blood on her thigh. We lie there panting, the results of her first time. She really must be worn out. I try to catch my breath, but for me, even after coming that much, and pushing myself past the limit like that, it still isn't enough. The ecstasy was more than enough, but my mind is wanting to hold her even more. Even though I would be limp already, normally my shaft is fully erect as if telling me things are just getting started. Arcueids has to be at her limit, going non-stop like that for her first time. I bet she can't even move after all that pain and movement. Her unguarded back, completely flawless. The gentle curve of her hips, her delicate breast in a slit, still swelling with my fluids. Then hair on my neck stands up. This isn't good, this isn't enough at all. Shiki? Arcueids asks questioningly. Arcueids. I call her name and wrap my hands around her hips from behind. Yeah! She gives an unbelievably cute yelp. Hey, Shiki! She turns around and faces me in surprise. She blushes after looking down at me. Of course, she thought I already had enough. But after seeing my fully erect dick, her eyes flicker in surprise. Shiki, you are very lively. I'm surprised myself. Usually I'd be done by now, but my body still seems to want you. So I don't want it to end now. Saying that with my eyes, I bring my face in between her legs. Whoa, hold on! Do you remember what you just left in there? Nigga finna eat his own kids, what the hell? Shiki, if we stop now, wouldn't it be a waste? You finally started getting used to it after all. So this time it's your turn to feel nothing but pleasure. I ignore her troubled voice. With the flick of my tongue, I start to lick her red, inflamed lips. Stop! What are you doing, Shiki? What am I doing? Just getting ready for next time. We have to clean you up. Yes, but isn't it dirty? She blushes even more as she speaks, her face filled with embarrassment and pleasure. She don't know! Shiki is a freak! That is unbelievably cute. I quit. I can't take it this slow. Pulling my mouth back, I place my hands on her well-shaped ass. Huh? Shiki, what? I don't bother answering. Putting my hands on her hips, I push against her from behind. Wait, Shiki, I'm already... At your limit? But I've been teased inside you for so long. I take my dick and slip it inside her from behind. Ooh. She looks upward in shock. She collapses on her elbows as if resisting my rear assault. Damn, this nigga just keep going! There isn't a shadow of pain in her voice anymore. I slide inside of her. It feels completely different than the first time. Our fluids from before make for a smooth entry. But there's no difference in the pleasure I feel. No, it's even better this time. Inexorably, her walls tighten around me, not allowing even a millimeter of free roam. Even though she's as hot as an oven, there isn't any pain. No, stop! Not from behind! Where the fuck is my shoe at?
Where's my shoe? Okay.
Before she can finish, I thrust even deeper.
Nah!
Her reactions are very innocent. Just by pushing in, she returns twice as much sensation as my movement. You haven't even come yet, right? It isn't fair if it's only me, so just accept it. Accept it? If you say so, I don't mind, but... But what? Then I want it. Like we did before. She trails off weakly. Her gesture is just too cute. Over and over, she seems to be able to make me go insane over her. I thrust deeper into her. Her back twists and bends like a snake. It seems she doesn't feel much pain when I'm putting it in from behind. Is it just her ability, but is it just her healing ability? Or does she have some supernatural adaptation ability as well? The only thing she's feeling right now is embarrassment from being taken from behind, and the pleasure from the act itself. Here I come! I thrust deep inside her. Ah! She raises her voice as I move. Her once calm breathing and body temperature shoot rapidly upwards again. Her breathing is faster as if urging me to hurry. She reacts much more than before, and her passage is overflowing with her juices. Shiki is so warm. Her words are punctuated by gasps. Her voice asking for me. The voice I want. Arcueids. I call out for her the same way. At the same time, she tightens up around me. I strike into her as hard as I can. Ah! Her body twists in response. Yes, Shiki, there, more. Ah, ah, ah. I oblige her, pumping her tunnel almost ruthlessly. So hot. I want to feel her hot skin so much it drives me crazy. I can't stop. No! Her voice raises higher in passion, as if invited by it. No! I grow even wilder. That is, might be the most destructive thing I've ever done. Shiki, I want you more, Shiki. Spurred on by her voice, I continue to claim her. I bury myself in her depths. I wrap my hands around her, the taste of sweat streaking her back. I love her. Even while in the midst of this beast-like passion, I love her so much. I don't understand. I can't understand it, so I just keep on loving her. My restraint is pretty gone by now. I can't hold back this time. As I thrust into her, hot passion courses through my shaft. Still, I'll keep going until I can't move. I want to satisfy her completely, so over and over I thrust, changing the position I'm in. Shiki, you're moving inside of me. She breathes wildly as she moves her finger down to her slit. As if to help me enter easily, she spreads her lips apart. Maybe the pain or pleasure is too much. She starts to rub herself as tears roll down her cheeks. Her fingers are getting wet. With my nut in her juices, her fingers glisten and overflow. Arcueids, not there. Touch here. I guide her as I keep thrusting. Right here? Her fingers hesitantly move to the most sensitive part of her body. Ah! Her back arches upward, touching her engorged causes her to gasp in shock. I'm hungry. I'm not gonna lie, I just want this scene to end already. I'm hungry. I need to go eat. I'm so hungry. She breathes even more wildly after touching the sensitive place. I can't believe it. She lifts her head as she keeps rubbing herself. As I continue thrusting inside her, she continues caressing herself on the outside. Her skin tinges peak from all the pleasure she's feeling. Oh, Shiki, it's so good. Her body jumps up and down. Take that! As she jumps, my head goes blank. As if I were completely connected to Arcueids, her pleasure seems to channel into me. She gets hotter as her body gets wilder. Her body glistens with sweat. Shiki, more. This heat inside of her is like a tropical forest. Inside, come inside me. Gah! I'm totally enchanted. At this rate, I'll die. It feels so good inside of her that it seems like it would be the greatest thing in the world to die from the pleasure. The rhythm of my breathing is like a freight train. I thrust again. If there's no end to her climax, I'll just have to finish it myself. Arcueid. I thrust into her. My mind has gone numb a long time ago. Shiki? All she's able to say is those two syllables. Like I'm at the limit of my consciousness. She seems to be on the verge of ecstasy too. Slide. 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 I keep thrusting harder no matter how much she screams. So hard I might break her. I continue to push into her. Her trembling body, her tightening arms around me. I'm going to... She cries out imploringly, her eyes moist with unshed tears. I keep going. She tightens up. Her body stretches in an arch. Like her, I'm nearing the end too. I truly feel my passion welling inside me. Shiki. With one last push, I thrust deep inside of her. My cum surges through my iron-hard rod. Arcueid stops breathing, the sensation of heat flowing out of me. Taking it all in, she wraps her arms tightly around me. Her body collapses. She takes in my semen as she lies there, convulsing and weak. Entranced by ecstasy, she sags to the bed. Her eyes are closed. With tears still trickling down her fully unsatisfied face, she falls asleep. Damn, I'm spent. I look down at her as I breathe heavily. She's breathing peacefully as she sleeps. I start to feel a little embarrassed thinking back on it. I feel no regrets over having sex with her. Well, maybe it's just a little. I wanted to be a bit calmer, so that I could have enjoyed more of the sensation of her skin and the look on her embarrassed expressions. I guess I still can't. I'm doing my best only keeping up with her. Actually, I'm not sure a day will come where I can be calm about Arcueid's body. Even today, I don't remember much of what I did. All I can remember is how good it all felt. If tiredness is any indication of how good it was, I'm exhausted and I can't even walk now. Ah! Stifling a yawn, I look down at her sleeping face. I really do love her. She answered my selfish love. It might be a different form than the love I'm feeling, but Arcueid needs me too. Just that. Just that makes me extremely happy. Not the fact that I'm needed, but for her, who until now was always alone. For her to need someone else makes me happy. And you know with this, you're not alone anymore, Arcueid. Everything starts to sway a little. It seems I'm getting sleepy too. Lying down on my back next to her, I take a deep breath. Like that, I sink into a deep sleep. In the midst of the deep sleep, I have a dream where Arcueid wakes up before me and is doing something terrible. Arcueid is wrestling about by herself. What are you doing? I ask. Oh, you're awake, Shiki? Not really. I'm more asleep than awake. Thanks to you, my body isn't quite doing what I tell it to. I see. I'm flattered, but it's a bit embarrassing. Arcueid smiles like a innocent person. I don't really want to say little girl. That's weird. I think it's strange for me to know what she looks like when I have my eyes closed. But since she looks so happy, I decided to ignore such a trivial thing. Hey, Shiki, what is it? You must be tired too, so you should sleep until nighttime. What if, what if I became a true vampire? What would you do, Shiki? Such a strange question. But that wouldn't never happen. Because you're afraid of drinking blood, right? That's why it's a what if question. It's only natural to steal others' lives to preserve your own nature, right? So, it's just a story of what if I became like that. Cut it out. That will never happen, and I don't like talking about what ifs. No more what ifs like Persona 5. Didn't I say that before? Really? I like what ifs. Not knowing how things will turn out, yet still having hope at least for that moment. That's right, you said something like that before too, Arcueid. Yeah. So I was wondering what I would have done if you were a horrible person. Arcueid, I love you, Shiki. You let me feel this way and enabled me to tell you like this. You really were kind to me. Why? Why is Arcueid crying? Well, Shiki, I'll be leaving before you wake up. I won't be able to say goodbye directly, so forgive me for doing it this way. The sound of the door shutting. Still sleeping, I hear it close. I wake up. Bright sunlight streams in through the curtains. Looking at the clock, it just turned noon. Crap, school! I quickly get up. But come to think of it, it's Sunday today. There's no need to go to school. If there's anything I should worry about, it's the fact that I stayed over at Arcueid's place without calling home. Come to think of it, I think I saw a weird dream. A dream where I was talking to Arcueid and she kissed me at the end. I'm really out of it. For me to see such a happy dream when Arcueid is sleeping next to me might be proof I'm really happy right now, though. Don't you think so, I turn to the bed, and my voice cuts off there. Arcueid. I look at the bed in shock. There's no one there. Arcueid isn't around anywhere. I'll be going now. In my dream, Arcueid said that. Hey, wait! I look around the room, but of course she isn't anywhere. The only thing I found is a single piece of paper on the table. What? I don't know if this is some kind of joke or if it's in another language, but the paper only has the word bye written on it. Why? I don't want to believe it. But more than that, I can understand what Arcueid did. Why? You've got to be kidding me. Bye is just too simple. We even promised. We promised to be together. I told her I'd help her until the very end. Why? Why did she go off by herself again? Why, Arcueid? I scream as loud as I can and crumble the piece of paper. After that, I fly out of the room and look all over as if I've gone mad. I can't find Arcueid, I know. I already know that she won't ever appear before me again. But I still can't give up. I'll go crazy like this. I'll go crazy unless I yell at her. Find her and yell at her for how much of an idiot she's been, but I still can't find her. I'll never see her again. Something desperately ends. She'll settle things with Roa and disappear by herself. No, I think she's already finished and left the city. I stop thinking before I go crazy. I hear the voices of cicadas in the back of my ear. The discarded shells of cicadas. My body becomes light with nothing inside it, and I cannot think anymore. So this is what it means to be truly empty. Not even tears come forth. Still an empty shell, my legs move. I guess it's just like an animal's instinctual sense to go home. Even though I have nothing left in me, I'm walking towards my house. Okay. Thank you. I can rest. Oh my goodness. I am so hungry. Woo, boy! That's the end of the episode. I hope y'all enjoyed. Like, subscribe, leave a comment. I read them all. Tap into the next one. Not really much to say, honestly. I'm locked in. I can't wait to see this next chapter. Savage Night. What's going to happen? How is it going to end? That's all I want to know. This was also a pretty good chapter. I did like it. This might... At least he came to his senses. But, oh my goodness, Shiki. Nasu H scenes really aren't the best. It's like they said, Nasu H scenes really aren't the best. But, this was a great episode, this was a great chapter. I really enjoyed it. I hope y'all enjoyed it as well.